In this lecture, we are going to work on send message functionality. So let's go to VS Code. And the first thing which we are going to do is in the API calls folder, we are going to create a new file and I'm going to call it as message.js. In this file, we are going to import the Axios instance. So for that, let me open this chat.js. Let's copy this import statement and let's paste it in message.js file. Okay, then let me also copy this create new chat function. Let's paste it here and let's modify it according to our needs. So let me close this chat.js and here we are going to call this create new message. Okay, and from within this function, first of all, this function is going to run asynchronously, and in order to create a message, we are going to receive the payload, the message object as a parameter to this function, and we are going to pass this message object with this post request. So here let me go ahead and let me specify that message parameter. Then here we are also going to change the API endpoint. For that I'll go to Postman, and here we have this create new message API. So let's open that. So here we have this create new message request. From that request, let's copy this endpoint. Let's go to VS Code and let's change that endpoint. So it is API/message/new message. Okay, then from this post request, we are going to get a response. We want to send the response data from there. If I go to our backend code, let me close this chat controller and let's open message controller. So from this new message API, what we are returning? We are returning this response where we have this message property, we have this success property, and we have this data property. And what does this data property store? It is storing the currently created message, the newly created message. So that newly created message we are sending in the response, and that we are returning from this create new message function. All right. Now, if some error occurs, in that case, we are simply returning that error. So this is our function. Let's save this file and let's go to our chat component. And from the chat component, what we are going to do is we are going to create a function which is going to call this create new message function. So in here, let's create a function and let's call it maybe send message. This is going to run asynchronously and I'm going to use arrow function syntax here. In here, let's again write try catch block. And from here, we are going to call the create new message function. So I'm going to create a variable. I'll call it as response. And I'm going to call create new message function. And in order to use this create new message function, we also need to import it from message.js file. Okay, now when we are calling this function, with this function, we also need to send the message object. So before we send the response, let's go ahead and let's create a message object. Let's also call it as message. This is going to be an object. In this object, we are going to have a chat property. And to this chat property, we are going to assign the ID of the selected chat. So here we'll say selected chat dot underscore ID. Then we are also going to have a sender property. And this sender property, we are going to assign with the currently logged in user. Because in this case, from the UI, the logged in user will send the message, right? So for that, we have this user variable. On that, we are going to access the ID property. So basically, we are using this user state, and this user state is storing the currently logged in user, right? And finally, we are also going to specify the text property. So the message which we want to send, for now, let's keep it as empty. Okay, and later we will update it. Now let's go ahead and let's send this message as an argument to this function, which will be used in the request body. Okay, and before we send the request, what we want is we want to show a loading indicator. So for that, here let me go and let me create a dispatcher. I'll call it as dispatch, and to create this dispatch I'm going to use dispatch function. And to use this use dispatch, we need to import it from React Redux. Now here we are going to use that dispatch, and in there we are going to call show loader function. And again, in order to use this show loader, we need to import it from this loader slice. And after we have received the response, we are also going to hide the loader. So for that, we are going to use the hide loader function. And again, to use this hide loader function, we need to import it from loader slice. Let's also go ahead and let's call this hide loader function from within the catch block. So if something goes wrong, at that time also we want to hide the loader. And what we will also do is we will also show an error message. For that, I'm going to use this toast from React Hot Toast, and using that I'm going to show an error. And here I'll simply show the error message. So for that I can say error dot message. Now what we will do is here I'm going to create a new state, and I'm going to call it as message. And to update that state, I'm going to create a set message property. And here we are going to use useState, this useState hook. And to use this useState hook, we need to import it from React library. And initially, I'm going to assign this message with empty string. Okay. And now we are going to use this message state to set this text property. Now, what do we want to update this message state with? So basically, we are going to create an input area. Currently in this chat area, we don't have an input area. So here inside this div, we are going to create an input element, and using that input element, we are going to send some messages to other users. Currently, we don't have that. So in order to save some time, what I have done is I have already written some JSX for that. So let me copy that JSX from here. Let's go to chat component, and there I'll replace this div with the JSX which I have just copied. Okay, and in here it should be class name. Let's save the changes. Now here if you see, I am creating an input element using this HTML input. There I am setting some class name and a placeholder which is type a message, and then we are also using font awesome icon, basically this paper plane icon, to display a button which when it will be clicked, we are going to send the message. Okay, now in order to design this chat area, this input and this icon, we have also written some CSS. So let me go ahead and let me copy this CSS. Let's go back to VS Code and let's open index.css, and there let's go ahead and let's add that CSS. Let's save the changes and let's go to our application. So this is how the input area will look like, and this is that font awesome icon which when it will be clicked, we want to send the message. Now what I will do is I'll change this input to, this I to button, and let's also use the closing button tag. Let's save the changes now. Let's go to our application, and there we have that button element. Now I'll design this button element later, or maybe what I can do is I can go to index.css, and there I will set border to none. Let's also specify background color to transparent. Let's specify margin top to maybe 10 pixel. So now it looks okay, but I think we need to decrease the margin a bit. So let's make it 5 pixel. And now it looks okay. Okay, now what I also want is I want this input element in the bottom. For that, I've also created a CSS class called main chat area. Let me copy this CSS class. Let's go to chat.js, and here this is our main chat area. On that, I'm going to specify a CSS class, and to that I'm going to assign this main chat area CSS class. Save the changes, and we need to do one more change. So this is our main chat area. Then we also have this app chat area. There we are going to set display to flex. Okay, we are going to set flex direction to column, and I'm also going to set the min height of this chat area to 70 VH. Basically what I want is I want this main chat area to take the remaining space. So apart from this header and this input area, whatever area is remaining, it should be taken by this main chat area. All right. So here we have our input area, and we also have this send button. Now what we are going to do is whatever message the user will type here, for example, hello, we want to assign this text to the message state which we are creating here. So for that, on this input, after we have set the text, the class name, and the placeholder, I'm also going to specify the value attribute, and to this we want to assign whatever value we have in the message state. Okay, then we are also going to add on click. So basically here we want to, sorry, it should be on change. So here we want to listen to the change event on this input element, and whenever a change event will happen, whenever the user types something in this input element, a change event will happen. We are going to receive that event object as an argument to this function which we are passing here. And all we want to do is we want to call this set message here in order to set the message state, and in there we are going to pass e.target dot value. Now here e.target will be this input element, and whatever value is typed there, we want to read that value, and we want to assign that value to this message state using this set message state updating function. So here we are using that set message state updating function, and using that, first we are reading the value entered in this input field, and we are assigning that value to the message state. Okay, and then what we also want is when this button is clicked, on this button we are going to listen to click event, and when the click event happens, we are going to call this send message function. So we are going to assign this send message to this on click. With this, let's save the changes. Let's quickly verify if there are no issues while compiling our React application. So we don't have any issues. We do have some warnings which we will fix later, but we don't have any issues, any errors here. Okay, so let's go to our application. There, let me go ahead and let me open network tab first. All right, let's also go to Mongoose. There, let's go to this messages collection. And currently there, if I refresh, currently we have 3 message documents. Let me go ahead and let me delete every message document from here. So now this message collection is empty. Now what we are going to do is, let's go to our application. Here, John is the logged in user and he is sending a message to, let's say, Mary. Okay, so here let me go ahead and let me type hello Mary, and let's click on this send button. And here it says cannot access message before initialization. So we have some error in our front-end code itself. Okay, I think this message and this message state, it is contradicting. So let me call it as new message. Instead of calling it message, let's call it new message. And this new message, we are going to pass to this create new message function. Let's save the changes. Let's go back to our application. Let's try it one more time. Let me clear everything here. Let's try to send this message. And you can see a request to this new message API is sent. In the response, we have received the new message data. So we sent this message in the request, hello Mary, and that's what we have received in the response. So we have received the complete message document in the response where read is false. The sender is, this is the sender ID, which is the ID for John. And we also have the created it and updated it. Now let's go to Mongoose. There, let me refresh the pages. And you can see that a message document has been created here. So this message has been sent by John to Mary. Let's go back again and let's also type, how are you? Let's send this message. Okay, let's go back to Mongoose. Let me refresh the collection. And now we have two messages. Both the message is sent by John to Mary. Now what I will also do is, let me go ahead and let me open Edge. And there, let me go ahead and let me type localhost colon 3000. And here I am going to log using Mary's account. So Mary is logged here and there is already a chat between Mary and John. Let me click this chat. And from here, Mary is going to send a message to John. Let's send this message. Then let's also say, and what I also want to do is once the message is sent, I want to clear this input element. So for that, let's go to VS Code. And here in this send message function, when we have a success response, so here we will check if response dot success. In that case, again, I'm going to call this set message state updating function. Okay. And I'm going to set this message to empty string. Once the request is sent and response is received, we also want to clear the text box, and there we want to set the message to empty string. Let's go back to our application. Okay, let's go to Edge, and from there, let's send how are you. So this message Mary is sending to John. Once the message is sent, you can see that the input box is now empty. Let's go to Mongoose again, and now we should have 5 messages. 2 messages is sent by John to Mary, and 3 message is sent by Mary to John. All right, so in this lecture, we worked on sending a message from logged in user to other user. Now in the next lecture, let's work on fetching all the messages for a given user and then displaying it in the UI. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.